What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Show. Today we're looking at the brand new Lego Harry Potter set, the Battle of Hogwarts, set 76415, with 730 pieces that retails for $79.99. So this is a set depicting the final battle in the Battle of Hogwarts from Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2. Of course, these are more based off the movie, so we have looks of the actors and all that. So with that, we have our battle between Voldemort and Harry there in the final confrontation, and then other little scenes and battles that are happening throughout the movie at that point. And then we have our Hogwarts build that's kind of like the Viaduct / Entrance Courtyard, especially that we see in the Deathly Hallows movie, the way they've rearranged it and stuff. So it's pretty cool overall. I feel it's kind of like a mess the way it's designed. Like, I know what's supposed to be depicting. I think it does a pretty decent job at that, but it just has some random stuff thrown in. I'll kind of go through, and then a lot of this is made to be for the battle, so you can get a lot of pieces that just fall off, like the tower piece and stuff just fall off, and you can have it laying on the ground as rubble and stuff. So kind of fulfill that final battle designs there. But we get a lot of characters. We have 6 characters in total plus Nagini, which is cool. And if we flip it around to the back, we can see more of the castle, so you can see like how modular it is and all the different pieces that come apart, and then a little bit of the battle, so you can sort of tear apart the walls and stuff, and again crumble down the different pieces off the top and stuff. And there's even a piece to like destroy a part of like the clock area and stuff. And it has an alternate build to where we can turn it into like the viaduct itself, so like the bridge, you can put it all together to build a little bridge design. So that's pretty cool as well. That has an alternate build that you can use for it, which I thought with that then goes together to build a big Hogwarts set with all of the castle pieces that we've had so far, which we'll build at the end. But you don't use that at all, and it kind of all just gets rearranged and stuff anyway, so we'll have to try and build that at the end. It'll be a mess with all the different pieces from the different castles sets, but hopefully it'll all work together and look cool in the end. But let's go and look at this set and start with the minifigures. So here are the 6 minifigures we get in the set. So let's start with Harry. So we have Harry here as he's depicted in Deathly Hallows Part 2. So it looks a little bit different than the one we got in the Room of Requirements set, but it's not much different overall, just a little bit different shades of colors, but still looks like Harry in the older form has the shorter haircut there. I went ahead and put the face on that has more of like the angry face, and you can tell with the eyebrows furrowed, but it does have a printing on the back with a little bit of a happy face. So have that, but during the Battle of Hogwarts don't really need a happy face. And then he's got his brown jacket on over the top of a blue zip-up hoodie with a blue shirt underneath. And then he's got more of these pants. They're a blue color, but it's like a sand blue or whatever you want to call it, where it's got more of a gray tint to it. And it's a little bit more accurate, I guess, from the pictures we've seen, that it kind of looks a little bit more like that, the clothes he's wearing. And then it comes with a wand, which this time it's got a black wand, which I thought was pretty weird for Harry coming with a black wand, but I was like, maybe they just made that to go with his whole effect piece they built in. But then you have to remember that Harry's actually using Malfoy's wand during the battle, so that's probably why it's black, because Malfoy always gets the black wands there. So that's really what the wand piece is there. So new wand pieces will have one with Voldemort as well. So that's the wand that you use there, which I don't like as much. I definitely, if I had this on display, would just switch it out for the normal ones. But it's pretty cool. It has that to give this effect, which we get this effect piece. If you saw in the back of the box, it comes with multiple different effects, but we have Harry here doing his Expelliarmus, which is kind of what Harry's always depicted as using, and it has a red spell to it. So it's got red coming out of the end of his wand with this little blast at the end. Then we can have him and Voldemort fighting there. So it's cool to have Harry with that, but then we also have Voldemort, which looks pretty decent as well. I like the look of him overall, like especially the face and stuff with his all white pale skin, and you see it there in his hands. I just don't like his outfit because it's got this sand green color, which I don't like it because it matches a lot with the Hogwarts castle in the back, so it looks a little bit too weird. Now I know in the movie it's kind of depicted as a greenish color, but I wish it was more black with a tint of green to it. Then I think it'd be much better. But I like how his clothes are all dirty and everything there. It kind of shows the battle and all that with some printing there on the back, but none on his head there. And then we get his one, which he has the white one here going into the thing just like Harry. But then again, if you go with Harry having Draco's wand, then Voldemort should be using Dumbledore's Elder Wand at this point, so it should be more of the light tan colors. So they kind of didn't keep the consistency there, but a nice white wand there just like the Harry one, and again with the spell pieces coming out for Avada Kedavra. So you can have him and Harry battling together and them sort of like connecting like it does in the movie. Now unfortunately with these, it kind of weighs them down, so you have to sort of angle it down so it's just sitting on the ground a little bit for them to be able to stay standing. So you just have to kind of mess with that and get it to place there, so it stinks that it doesn't hold it all the way up. But it's cool that it has come with that. Like, I feel it's unnecessary, but it's a cool effect and design thing they came up with. But then we have our other characters. For first we've got Neville. So Neville looks pretty cool here. Again, how he appeared in the movie, has the same pants as Harry, but then has his sweater on, all in the gray sweater, and his all dirty face from being in the battle. Same hair as Harry, just in brown this time, and has a printing there like a worried face on the back. Nice printing on the back of his sweater as well. And then he comes with his wand and the sword of Gryffindor, because he uses that to cut off Nagini's head. So cool to have the sword as well. And then we also get Molly Weasley, which looks good here. I always hate her hair design. Like, I hated it when they introduced this design, but it shows her face, you know, makes her look a little bit chubby, and then has the wrinkles and stuff, so it shows the age and everything there. But yeah, just don't like the hair piece with like the curl there around the ear, but it has the red hair, of course, and then she's got a smile there on the back, and this one's kind of like a smile. I kind of picked this one because I thought it looked more like Battle-ish and stuff, but she's got a smile on both sides, so it's hard to really pick. And then she's got her dress on, which I like the nice dress piece and stuff with the printing up top and on the front there to show the outfit she's wearing during the battle. And then we get her wand in this like orangish brown color there for her. And to go against her, we have Bellatrix, so she looks good here, you know, pretty much exactly like Bellatrix. Has nice face printing with her mouth there all angry and some lines on the face, and of course her crazy bushy black hair all over the place, and it looks like she has a printing there of just like a stoic face on the back. Then we have her outfit, so she has a necklace there around her neck, and then like her corset piece up top all in black and some stitching and stuff going through it. I love that they put like the sleeves on, since she's kind of got like this half sleeve or whatever sort of thing there, and her dress there all the way down with the dress piece and her black wand. And then our last minifigure is of Scabior, which is one of the Snatchers, which it's weird, by at this point in the movie during the final battle he would have been dead because he was at, I guess you call, the back of Hogwarts at the wooden bridge, and when Voldemort blasted through the dome over all the castle, he went running across the bridge after Neville, and they blew up the bridge, and so he fell, and I assume died from that. But cool that they still got him, because I don't think they've ever made one before, and he looks really cool. I love the nice stubble, even has the blackness around his eyes like he had in the movie, and his longer brown hair with a more worried face, so that's when the bridge starts blowing up there in the back, so that's pretty cool. He's got that, and then his outfit, I love the like plaid pants, like a pink ascot around his neck, and button up vest and stuff there with the black coat on over the top, on black boots on his feet and stuff. And I like how he's got a gloved hand and a gloved hand holding his wand there, so pretty cool overall to get Scabior and a new minifigure to add to the collection. And then finally, I guess you'd say minifigure wise, whatever, is we get Nagini, so a new snake, at least a new snake for me, and much better than just the green little snakes they'd have on the ground. So I like that this one's much bigger and has the head up and stuff, so it can be a little bit more substantial for the fight and stuff. So nice to have this Nagini thrown in as well. So that is all of our minifigs, so let's go and look at the actual castle. So here is our castle set, which again is supposed to be that entrance courtyard or viaduct courtyard. So we have like what would be the entrance or bridge over in here coming into the castle, and then we have our main entrance door, whatever, into the entrance hall, and that then leads into the great hall. And then up top we have like this little grating piece with a clock up top there and stuff. So then we have the walls of the courtyard, so of course where everything's contained inside. And as I mentioned, there's pieces and stuff that can fall off and pop off throughout this. I like that you can pull it apart and stuff and sort of create that battle damage. But overall, I think it looks pretty nice. Like, I feel it does look relatively like the walls of the courtyard, but I think it kind of carries off the look and stuff. And like I said, it's not perfect, but it gives you that look of it, which is cool. And then we have like the main entrance through here, as I said. So we have the main entrance doors, so just the big wooden doors. Of course, they're not as big on here as they would be in real life, but pretty cool to have them. And then, like I said, the little section up here with the clock, so it has a little clock there, and then we have a cool function with that. And then on each side we have little pieces here which wouldn't really exist. These would be solid pieces, but they do go in here. Since this is modular, you can pop all the different pieces apart and everything. So on this side, which I may have to flip it around to the back, so if you look at the back here, we have this little section. Again, these are all modular, so you can easily just pop these different sections out here. So we have this little side, so we have a fireplace and then a table, I guess it is. Not really exactly sure what it's supposed to portray until you get to the other side, where then I think it's supposed to be part of the Great Hall. So, you know, the big room where they eat and have all the tables and stuff. There's the fireplaces on the wall. I assume that's what this is supposed to be then, but just with the way it's designed, there's not a whole lot to it. And then we have the outside of it, which just has some rock and stuff, which when you do like the alternate build and stuff, you know, kind of fills in that section there. So we have that, of course, the back of the entrance doors, so you can, you know, come into the Great Hall, and there's steps. So there's like some steps in the front and steps in the back, so nice to have those steps. And then in the upper section we do have that clock, but again, this one's broken out, so this time you can take this and flip it around if you want. So we have a sticker with the broken clock and piece on that side, and then the complete side there. So if you want to do it in the battle, pop it off, flip it around, and then take a bunch of pieces off the building and make it the battle scene. But pretty cool that has the double function there. And then we have the top section, which isn't really much of anything to it. Again, another modular piece. You can easily just pop this off, but it's just got a roof section in there, nothing inside of it, but you could put somebody in there if you wanted to. But nice green roof, and then a point all the way up at the top there with a sticker in the midsection, just has the Hogwarts crest and stuff there. Again, you can pop all this stuff off to be damaged, so nothing too special or fancy with that. Just wanted to show it to to you so you knew what was going on there. And then we have the other side, so again, have just this little place you can send people on, and then have the section below, which again is supposed to be similar to the opposite side. Again, it'll be easier if I pop this off. So we have a table there, so this time a black table with a cup and a little bowl and stuff there. And then we have the back, again, that looks very similar to what the Great Hall has, where it's got like the gargoyles holding up the lamps and stuff that are on fire. So we have that in the background there, so that's a nice sticker piece. So it looks very much like the walls of the Great Hall, so that's why I feel it's supposed to be that, but it doesn't really work out too well, so not too happy with that, but overall it's fine. And then the outside is more like rock work and stuff for that. And again, you can pop these all back together to create our courtyard. And if we spin it around, we can go and look at the different pieces now that can fall off. Like I said, there's many different sections and stuff. So like first you have this section, you can like pop these off again and just have this separate out. This separates out as well, so you can just have it laying on the ground again, creating rubble and stuff. And with it being modular, it just easily pops back together. Of course, the piece up top there that I already showed you, and you could do like these sections up here can fall off really easily. And then we have the wall sections themselves, which I don't know where they split. If I know, can obviously take the top off there. And then we should have a side, like I said, I don't remember which side it is. Looks like it's this inside piece. This whole section can fall off if you want, because it's just being held on this one side here. So when I was building it, I was confused, like, why is it built like that? It seems pretty weird. But then after seeing, you know, it's supposed to be able to create the damage and rubble and stuff, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. But there we have like the castle entrance courtyard, which I think is really cool. You know, once you build it like this, it really fulfills that look. But you can do the alternate build, which as it's shown on the back of the box, and I have the instructions here to show you, you can do this to make it look like the bridge. So let's see if I can get it built like this. So there's the bridge built together, and I think that looks pretty cool. That'd probably be how I would have it if I was going to build this set. And I did end up using every peg, and I think I had to pull one of the little peg pieces just to get it fully secured together. I mean, it's still not the best thing. As you can see, it's falling apart. At some pieces, it's only held on by one peg, but I just pulled another one to be able to put it all together and have two when needed and stuff. So you have the bridge section with like part of the wall and stuff. So I like that. It's designed like that, you know, it's supposed to be. So here we have like the entrance into Hogwarts, and then just a little section of the bridge like that goes out into wherever and stuff. So I like that a lot. And the only thing you really pull off and have left are the two flame pieces that you just pulled off the inside of the walls there. So I think that looks pretty cool, and we can go ahead and spin around just to see what it looks like on the back side. So there's the bridge, so you can see the bridge all the way through. One thing I don't like is that there is gaps. It's going to be hard to like show it to you here, but like right above my finger there is a gap. So there's a hole there, and then one at the opposite end of the bridge as well, where they kind of connect. Just the way it was built originally, there is the holes there. And if we spin it around to the back, so we have the fireplace there on one side and the little section down here at the bottom on the other. So not a whole lot of fanciness to it and stuff, but just so you can see the difference there. But now that we have that, we can bring in all the other castle pieces, which is not every single castle piece. It is just a bunch of them. And then I have the book here as well to show. We can then put it all together to pretty much build a Hogwarts. So I think it's pretty cool there. So it has all the pieces down here at the bottom that you need to do it with. So we can then combine it all together and it will look like that. And then if you flip it around, it kind of looks like that. So you can see all the inside of the castle piece there. But I do want to show, I do have these Funko Pop Hogwarts castle pieces that I want to show you. So this is just kind of what we're going to be building with putting all the pieces together. It's going to pretty much build this section. And of course, what we just looked at is the courtyard. So it's supposed to be this courtyard here with the entrance door and the clock up top and stuff. So that's what we were just looking at with this set. And then it's supposed to be the bridge here. I assume it's supposed to be this is what it was built, but it's kind of more like from the Deathly Hallows where it came out here and then this just kind of went over into the woods or whatever and stuff over there instead of built like this. But when we build the castle now, all the pieces together, this is what we're going to be building, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, it's really cool that we're going to be building this, but it's disappointing because we also have this section of Hogwarts that is kind of being left out. So we have this back section of Hogwarts that isn't included, and would be cool. Maybe they'll make more pieces over time and we can eventually build this section as well. But it'd be cool with the greenhouses and all this sort of stuff, the astronomy tower and everything. It'd be cool to have that as well. So we're always kind of missing the second half, although there is that new Lego Harry Potter set that was revealed, the little like micro castle, and it has this section as well. It has the whole castle, so it'll have this whole thing there, which is pretty cool. That will be coming out later this year. But yeah, I just wanted to show this to kind of show and represent Hogwarts as what we're going to be building and what it's going to look like pretty much all together. It's supposed to represent this, and then what the set was that we have there. I went back through and put every set that we need. So we need the Polyjuice Potion set, Chamber of Secrets, Hospital Wings, Sirius's Rescue, Dumbledore's Office, Room of Requirements, and then now the Battle of Hogwarts set, all to build that. So I'll have to go through, kind of look at this picture and just kind of look and see if I can figure out where all the pieces go. Some of them are pretty simple and stay together, but others we'll have to figure out. So hopefully it won't take too long to try and figure out how to combine this all together, but let's see if I can do it.
1 hour later.
So here is the castle built, and it is really cool. Of course, it doesn't have all the functions as it should properly, and you have to kind of mess around with some stuff here and there to like, I guess, the function if you want to play with this, but it does look really cool. It is massive. As you can see, it's almost taking up my entire review table, so this thing is humongous, and I even did leave a piece off. I left like part of the Chamber of Secrets that has like the entrance door with the snakes and all that stuff that you speak Parseltongue. It's usually over on the end piece here, but I just left it off because there was no point of it. But I did have everything here. I barely had anything left. The only thing I had left that I took off was a crossbeam piece from the hospital wing, I think it was, and then I had these pieces from the bridge piece of today because I just took them off the back because it's easier to work without it. And as I said, this is what we're supposed to be building representing here. So we have the Great Hall here, and then sort of like the courtyard and stuff here. So we have that, and then going into the tower, I think it's like Gryffindor Tower and all that sort of stuff here. So we have that, and then it sort of crosses over. Of course, it's sort of open in this design, but it still has it with the little tower and stuff there, which is cool. There's supposed to be a viaduct, like a little bridge section there, which there is lower down, but it has this upper section that kind of doesn't work that well. And then it comes across over here into, well, I forget what this section of the castle is called, but it has the bridge across here, which is just one thick, so you have to separate apart, so a piece of the bridge there and there. So it's real thin, so it's only like, you know, 2 pieces wide or whatever for a character to walk across. And it's connected on this end, but it's not connected here. It's just kind of separate. I don't know if I can really show it to you there. So it's just kind of colliding into this side. So obviously if you set it up and had it proper, you could, you know, just characters could just hop across or whatever a little bit. And then we have like the 2 tower sections and then the clock tower piece or whatever there from the new set today in the middle. So that's pretty cool. And then it goes back here where we have the room of requirements and the clock tower and stuff, which then that sort of adds in this other section piece here where we have the clock tower in here. So that's sort of what that's supposed to be. So it's a little bit of both of them together, just not as much to it, but it's still pretty cool that we have this full castle. Now I would like to twist this around to be able to show you the back just so you can see what it looks like. It was pretty easy to follow just the pictures and just mix and match pieces. The pieces up here were pretty difficult like to figure out, so we had to use some stuff from the build today and then some additional stuff to kind of throw into this little section here for like the courtyard, and then you have to just mix and match pieces from the other sections to sort of build it up. And looking at the picture was relatively easy until you got to like this section here, this like whole side section, because it's kind of cut off in the picture so you can't tell exactly. So I had to just kind of guess like using the pictures from the front and then the back view that were in the instructions and kind of got it pieced together there. But I'll see if I can get this turned around. I know it'll be difficult and it's hard to, you know, fit on the table here to be able to get it to twist around, but I just want to show you what it looks like from the back. So here's the back of the castle. It was pretty difficult to get this to twist around and sort of like kind of popping pieces apart and stuff, so had to get it all back together, but it still looks pretty cool. So we have the Great Hall with the Chamber of Secrets underneath. We have the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, Dumbledore's office, and that whole Dumbledore's office section from there up. Then we go over to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom with the library underneath, moving over to the hospital section. So we have the hospital, and then up top we have the cell from the Prisoner of Azkaban, and going around to the side. So this is where it was hard to see for me to even know what was going on over here, but the hospital wing continues around with the stair section underneath and Gilderoy Lockhort's office next to it, and behind that is our set from today with the door to the entrance hall and like that clock piece down below. So those two together, and the pieces you could probably see from the front there. And then we go to our room of requirement with the Grey Lady's bathroom and the clock tower. So the clock up top there with one of the sections on the far side just sitting out there. So hopefully that kind of show you. I know it's hard to see, and I wish I could pick the camera up and go around, but it'd be hard to like get all the angles and stuff here. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like from behind. It of course doesn't fill out the exact like way it's supposed to of the castle, which kind of stinks. I wish like every like room and stuff was pretty much situated where it should be, but it is cool just to be able to put all these pieces together and build this whole castle that, like I keep showing, pretty much builds this section of Hogwarts, which is pretty cool. But let me know what you thought of the set today. I know it's going to be here in the dark because I'm off the table, but let me know what you thought of the Battle of Hogwarts set. I thought it was pretty decent. Like I thought it'd be more exciting and stuff, but it's cool to have the final battle between Harry and Voldemort. So having those two figures and getting the like little courtyard scene and stuff, but be able to build like that bridge option, which I kind of like, and then being able to now combine it with the rest of the castle as you saw there, I think is pretty cool. Just let me know what you thought of this though down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.